Alright, welcome back to the channel. Warhammer Man back in the studio. Going to take a look at Games Workshop's new releases. Obviously, these are the pre-orders. We knew a lot of this was coming, but now we officially have the prices. So I'm going to start off by saying I'm not particularly surprised with the prices, but it seems like Games Workshop obviously is not getting the picture. So first and foremost, we have the 4 Chaplains. These are all old sculpts, all mediocre at best, some better than others, just some like variants with an option to basically like special order those or MTO, made to order those. Not particularly impressive. Most of the characters now that they release are 35 bucks, so these are all going for 30 bucks. Nah, I'm not going to order any of them, but maybe other people are more excited about them. But this is what I really want to look at. These are the 3 things that I was borderline about getting. The Stormdrake Guard, Crondis, son of Dracothion, and then the Dungeon Bowl game. So first off, the Stormdrakes are 110 for 2 of them. The Crondis Dragon is 150, and then the Dungeon Bowl game is 160. Alright, so let's start with the Stormdrakes here first. So 2 of them for 110 seems high to me. I mean, I don't know why I'm like surprised, honestly, but I would have thought, I mean, if you're going to pick a 110 price point, why not just make it like a $60 kit for one? I guess just because there's like 2 variants rather than having to make up 2 boxes and selling them separately, or if you want them, you have to buy both of them. But I don't know. I just think it's too pricey in my opinion. 110 for 2 creatures. Now it does say that they have a couple of options. They come on the I looked through here already, just a quick glance. What size base was it? The 105 millimeter base. So they're not going to be huge. They're obviously pretty nice sized based on the guy on top of them. So they're decent size overall. And I do like the sculpts. I do like the models. They're definitely pretty cool. But I don't know. I mean, it's 2 sprues. This is our first sprue right here. 1 full dragon. You know, from what I see here, you know, you got a couple of spears or like a spear. Yeah, 2 spears and a sword option. A couple of different shield options. So one of these sprues allows you to make basically like a character. And then here's our second sprue. So, I mean, and again, we have 2 different shields. We have a spear, a couple different swords. But I don't know. And a matter of fact, all right, they're not. Yeah, they're definitely not the same sprue, but they're pretty close. And yeah, I don't know. I just don't see it. I mean, it's 2 sprues, so $55 per sprue. I mean, at this point in time, like, you know, you could argue obviously that the pricing doesn't make much sense to begin with, because you get like 1 character model for like 35 bucks, or you get a whole squad for, you know, 35 or 50, depending if it's 5 or 10 guys or whatever. Sometimes 60 for 10 guys. But realistically, I mean, this is just like nuts. 1 sprue for 55 bucks? I mean, maybe we're paying for the flying stand and that's what costs so much money? It just doesn't even make sense. Like, I honestly was considering getting these guys. I was pretty much set on buying them, but at this point in time, it's a no for me. It's honestly a no for me. I mean, they're cool models and everything, but yeah, it's a pass. It's a hard pass. Actually, it's an easy pass, I should say. So let's look at Crondis. So this one, obviously, a little less of a surprise. I did expect him to be, you know, somewhere between 125 and probably 160. So definitely at the more expensive end of the spectrum. You know, it could have been worse. He could have been like, you know, as much as the Giant was. So at least he's not that much. Just kind of scanning through here. Again, great looking model. Really like the look of it overall. And then alternative build to make the I can't remember the other one's names, but it says it on here somewhere. Karazai, the Scarred. Definitely a great model. I really like the different options. I really like the actual kit itself. So we have one sprue for like the majority of the body and everything. A second sprue, you know, with like the tail, the remainder of the wings, and some of the alternate bits. And then a third sprue for like the basing components and everything. It looks like basically the hands are what's different. So it looks like it's like the same body, and then you swap out the hands between them, and then you have like an extra piece of rubble that he's like reaching forward, kind of grabbing. And then I think it looks like those little pieces obviously are separate, so you can choose to attach them or not. Yeah, here's like the gauntlet basically like deals. So it looks like you can choose to attach those or not. And then for the actual scarred bits, I'm not sure. It's tough to make out specifically, but I feel like it's something in here. Yeah, so it looks like it's just this little like neck piece that you can like swap out. Because here we have the two. Here's like the scarred neck bits. Here's the regular ones. So, or vice versa. Here's a regular one. That's the scarred version of it. And then same over here. And then it looks like the head itself has like a couple like different components, you know, so you can switch out basically like for the broken horn and scarred bits as well. So, you know, and then this piece is separate too. So one thing I really like about this kit and the way they built it is that these pieces are all optional. So the armor parts are like optional. You don't have to have those on the model. So if you want to just build like, you know, a free range like, you know, dragon, you can. That's really cool to me. I really like the fact that they did that. And that's a big game changer for me because then you can use it, you know, in D&D or something like that. You don't have to have a rider. He doesn't have to have armor. He can just be like, you know, a wild dragon doing his thing. So I like that. I think that's really cool. Overall, I would have to say this kit is a go for me. I'm definitely going to be buying this. Definitely going to be building and painting it along the way. 150 is pretty much what I was expecting. So this one is not a surprise. Overall, I mean, great kit, great dragon. I like the model. I like the aesthetics. No actual complaints on this one, honestly. I'm really happy with it. Dungeon Bowl, I was considering. Blood Bowl was 125. Came out not that long ago. This is 160. It's a pass for me. Again, I was like looking at it. I like it, but it's just I don't see the value there, and I don't know that I'll ever actually play the game. So, I mean, looking at it, we've seen the contents already. You know, we obviously have the mixed gang. Some of these models are old models. I think some are new. They're okay. They're not great. They're not terrible. All very clearly like football players. So, you know, not really going to be useful for anything else. Again, the elves and the Skaven, cool models overall. Don't particularly like love them. They're not like, oh, I have to have these. But they're cool. Again, not going to be useful for really anything but the game. The little like accessory bits, a couple open treasure chests and like 4 other ones, some random like tokens and stuff, and then like some little teleporter pieces, a couple footballs. Yeah, not very impressive. Not particularly like great or like so great that you just have to buy like these. I don't know. I never really played Blood Bowl. Maybe back in the day I played like the original version, but then you get in your rule book. Your like accessories and smaller like board tiles here, and then we have like, you know, the larger board tiles, and then a couple sets of dice. Looks like each of the and then the rulers and markers. Looks like each set of these is 2 sprues. So 2 sprues for each team. Then we have 1 sprue of accessories. The second sprue is the range. Okay, so it's actually like 2 parts. You have to put it together. Looks like they have a good way to like secure it theoretically. so it doesn't break. But yeah, that's definitely just a hard pass for me. Again, at like 125 or something like that, it's worth considering for me. I probably would have picked it up, but at 160, not going to buy this and just have it sit on my shelf. So, again, pricing makes the difference. And keep in mind too, I don't know everyone's situation or anything, but I can afford to buy whatever I want when it comes out. But I'm not going to buy stuff if it's just going to sit on the shelf and it doesn't even feel like a good deal. So these are some older releases. 47 for the Necromunda Book of Outcast. So I don't know what the other books were previously, but I want to say they were closer to like 35 or 40. So again, we have like price increases on the book, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I mean, I could look really quick. The Book of Peril was 35. And then Judgment, Ruin. Okay, so I don't know if they raised the prices on these or if they were always 47, but the other books are all 47. So, but again, it's not like I would have bought that anyway. But I mean, it's just so many books and just so. It just seems like they get pricier and pricier. The Underhive Outcast Gang, $42. That's exactly what I expected. You get 12 models instead of your basically like 5 to 10, depending on which other like gang or expansion. So that's right where I expected. I think that's a good deal. Definitely will be picking those up. And then last we have the Zone Mortalis Underhive Market. It's like a neutral one for me. I mean, I'm definitely going to pick it up. I like this stuff. I like the aesthetic of it and everything. Let's be real though. You could easily like convert up most of the stuff. I mean, there's all kinds of like ample like crates and everything like that. Like little power generators. It'd be easy to make some signs, some weapon racks, some little tent things. So, is this a necessity? I would say no, definitely not. But is it worth grabbing up? For me, time is an issue for me. I think for a lot of people, they have tons of free time where they could just dedicate it to like converting and building and making stuff from scratch. For me, it's definitely a trade-off. If I'm going to spend time making something from scratch, it's got to save me like a substantial amount of money or be something I couldn't otherwise buy. So if I can buy something like this for $50, I would rather spend the time painting and building it and just spend the money than spend my actual time converting it and making it and then still have to paint it and everything on top of that. So for me, this is a go. Definitely going to be picking this up. I like the overall aesthetic of it. I like the idea of like a market, especially if you're going to do like a campaign setting or something like that. You could have a chase scene or, a place where you go to like retool your gang, something cool going on there. So definitely like this set. It's pretty good. I mean, it's not like amazing or anything like that. But it's cool. It's something different that I like. So, and again, looking at this, I believe, so it's going to be 2 sprues, one of each, or two sprues, and it's the same sprue twice. So you'll get 2 of this sprue. So, yeah, again, I got to say that's a go for me. And then I believe that was it for the new stuff. Okay, and then the Lord of the Rings, we could touch on that. I don't know the Lord of the Rings pricing that well. I feel like it's a little cheaper, but in line. But comes with a book, a board, some cards, and then, basically like the entire fellowship and some bad guys too. A cave troll and some goblins. So I feel like this is right in line with the pricing. This seems normal for GW. So this is not surprising. $75 I think is legit. Again, I'm not going to buy this. I don't play Lord of the Rings or collect them or anything. But it's more in line, I think. It's a little less stuff comes in the box or whatever. But look at what you get here for $75 versus what you get in like Dungeon Bowl for $160. You could get 2 of these and have $10 left over. Do you really get that much extra stuff with Dungeon Bowl? I think it's like the Warhammer Premium, basically. I don't know. But yeah, I think that's it. The collector stuff's always a little more expensive, tends to sell out because it's limited edition. But, that's it for the releases this month. So I gotta say the Zone Mortalis Underhive Market and the Underhive Outcast Gang are goes for me. Definitely like them. Dungeon Bowl is a hard pass. Just don't see the value in the set. I mean, it's cool, but not particularly great. The Chaplains are a hard pass. The Dracothion, Big Boy Dragon, is definitely a buy. Right in line with what I was expecting. No surprise there. And then the Stormdrake Guard, they're cool, but it's going to be a pass for me. Yeah, just don't see it. Don't see the value in that set. But yeah, let me know what you think. I think it's been pretty clear throughout the last couple of videos, whenever people have discussed and everything, that their pricing is just getting a little ridiculous. And again, like, the money's not really the issue for me, but if I feel like something's not at least like a decent deal or like moderately priced, I'm not gonna buy it. So for me, there's literally like a couple bucks would make a big difference. I mean, even if the other dragons were like $75 for the two of them, I would probably go ahead with it. But at 110, it's just not really worth it. I mean, $55 a piece for a sprue, just, I don't know. It's that Warhammer tax, I guess. I would much rather have this big beefy boy, for $40 more than two little like puny dragons. And again, if if you could take the armor off on those other dragons and not have riders on them, maybe I'd be more likely to pick them up for like alternative uses and stuff. But I mean, I understand. Like, I saw a lot of comments from people talking about 3D printers and everything, and I've looked at the market, and I've had filament printers for a while now, and you can get away with filament printer for like terrain, not so much for like models and stuff. But I love the filament printer. I do not have a resin printer yet, but the old model resin printers are now like $100. I saw like some Black Friday deals, like $250 for the printer and like cure station. And then I saw like some of the like closer to top line, like 4K plus like resin printers for anywhere from like 400 to 600. So there's a strong argument to be made if you're going to spend that kind of money once or more, that you might as well just go ahead and buy the printer one time and then print something like this for 20 or 30 bucks. So I don't know. Try to defend Games Workshop, but at the same time, I give you guys the truth. I speak the truth. I'm not going to hold back. I think a lot of this stuff lately has just been too overpriced. They've tried everything from like FOMO to like regular price raises, and I've seen a lot of pushback from the community. It doesn't even surprise me anymore. So, I mean, at this point in time, I'm on the bandwagon with you guys. I think they're just pushing it a little too far, and it's pushing a lot of the community away, I can tell. So, appreciate you guys. Thanks for checking out the video today. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about the pricing, about the actual models themselves, what you are and aren't going to be picking up. Let me know what kind of 3D printer you have and what kind of success you have with it. Also, like, what you paid for it or whatever, how much it costs to like print a big model. I'm curious, and I definitely would appreciate some feedback from you guys, as I am now in the market. So, well, there you have it, guys. Just a little reaction review for the new releases this week. I'm curious to hear your opinion in the comments. Make sure that you give me a like and subscribe, share it with your friends. And that's it for today. Warhammer Man Studios. I'm Warhammer Man, and I'm out of here.